Hello, friends, family, everyone. Thanks for being here. Let's go through and see my first experiences in Budapest. The first night that we were there, we ended up getting McDonald's because it was just quick and we were hungry and we wanted to go to sleep. But the McDonald's I got was really, really strange. They also gave me my Coke in like a coffee cup. The burger I had was weird. It was like brown sauce with a burger and a chicken patty and onion rings. So the second day that we actually went out and did stuff, we went to Central Market Hall and just around that area. Really, really beautiful. There's my friend Reagan. It was a really, really awesome place to be, and the sky was just beautiful with the bridge and all the buildings around. When we were there, I got this dish called langos, which is like a pastry, but you can get whatever you want on it. So I got ham and cheese, and like people got other various things on it.
Feels really curled up. We're crossing.
Hello.
We're crossing the street.
Of course we are.
So our next journey was to like a bigger castle, which is like Fisherman's Bastion, which is like a fisherman's place. But first we saw the Parliament building across the water, which was really, really sweet. And I'm telling you, it was the best day to be out here. It wasn't too cold, and the Parliament building looked awesome across the water. Here's the first of many steps that looked really pretty because of this like font at the beginning and how it arcs up, but here are more stairs to get to the castle church where we were going. And by the time that we got up there, I was kind of winded and like my heart was beating faster than normal, but it was definitely worth it. As you can see, like we're going up more and more stairs. But here is the view from the top mostly. This was the big church that we were going to, and the thing that gets me is how high it looks and how big it was. Like the video doesn't do much. Also, there was like one black steeple on the church, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah, I walked along the hallways. We took some nice pictures out of the arches here because if you look, you can see all the way across the water to the Parliament building again, which we saw when we first arrived there. You can just see the whole city pretty much on at least the Pest side, which was really awesome, especially because it was so beautiful outside. So then we walked upstairs to walk around, and again, just a beautiful view of the city. Next, we actually walked up the stairs to the tower, which is a total of 197 steps. And let me tell you, we felt every single step. It was a long way up and it was a very narrow hallway. So we got dizzy coming back down too. As you can see, it's very circular. But when you get towards the top, there's a handrail, which we definitely used. But it was so, so worth it because you have a whole 360 view of the entire city, the Buda side and the Pest side. It was so beautiful up there. It was kind of windy this day, but not nearly as windy as the next day you're going to see. It was such a beautiful day to be up there too. Very clear skies. You can see mountains in the distance. You can see the city in the distance. It was a really awesome day to be up there. And I felt really accomplished when I climbed up all the stairs because when you're in it, it's like, oh man, I'm climbing all these stairs. I'm tired, but you get up there and you just feel so accomplished. And I loved having that feeling. Okay, so aftermath of climbing this. It's gonna be reversed now because I'm using the other camera. The aftermath. It was very dizzy. Do you want to be in it?
Sure.
What did you think, Reagan?
I'm very dizzy.
It was dizzier coming down.
Yeah, it was worse.
What did you think?
I had a great time.
Oh, that's your response for everything.
I did. I mean, what would
Yeah.
say?
It was a lot. It was more than you
It
realized.
was a lot of stuff.
But it was also narrow.
How many stairs? Like 109?
So 197
109.
stairs. All right, so then we just walked back down, which was much easier than walking up. We got down a lot faster. Next was the Jacques Museum and Unicum Distillery, and we got to walk along the river on the way there, and we got to see the Buddha Castle, which I will hopefully go back to at some point and actually look at it, but it was cool to pass it on the way. When we finally got to the museum, we went into the first room, and it smelled amazing in there because at the distillery, they have all these spices laid out that they put into the drink, actually, like into the liqueur. And the whole room was just cool with the burlap sacks and everything, but it really, really smelled awesome in there. Next, we went down into the cellars where the liquor is put for like aging and such. They say they age it for 3 months and then take it out and mix it with something and then age it for another 3 months. So a 6 months process in total. And this barrel was really cool in particular. It's the oldest one they have from 1937, and it actually survived like bombings of the Second World War. And it was also a huge barrel.
It's powerful.
Yeah, it burns.
It does burn.
It tastes like ruins.
So this was the museum portion of the distillery, and they had tiny bottles of different alcohols, different shooters and such, lining the entire room, which I thought was really cool. And we walked around. There's a lot of stuff about the history, including that poster with the guy in the water is like their most famous poster. But it was cool to see all these little bottles of different brands, different types of alcohol just around the whole thing. And they even had these little animal ones that I thought were really cute, and just different figurines of stuff. They also talked about World War II a lot because that impacted the factory being in Eastern Europe. It was bombed several times. They spoke about. Here are some artifacts just from that, including a book with a hole in it, which reminded us of Tom Riddle's diary in Harry Potter. So this was the next day, and we walked up, or we hiked up to like Norma Park, which I think is how you pronounce it. It was really pretty up there. This lookout does not compare to the one you're about to see. Another cool thing is that there was snow everywhere, and I had never seen snow in a foreign country before, so that was the interesting bit. Just like the day before at the church, we were walking a lot, and we had already walked up a lot of hills coming up to this point. We had maybe walked like a mile, but then we got to this part of the hill, which was really, really steep. But at the top, it was totally worth it because it had this nice lookout point. But again, we were kind of winded when we got up there, and then we had more steps to go up. So it was a pretty intense hike, especially because of the steps and the incline combined. But it was also super, super windy up here, which just made it colder. But again, it was so worth the anticipation and all the work that you put in for it. That was a very steep hill.
Okay.
And after yesterday when we walked up the big stairs, what do you think is worse, this or yesterday walking up all the stairs? I don't know either. Okay, so this is our journey from the first level up to the second level. The staircase was much wider than the one we went up in the church. There was definitely room for like 2 flows of traffic to be happening. They also had this little seat by the window, which was cool and nice for a rest. This was the second level, which was windy and cold, but it also gave you a 360 view of everything, which was really nice. But after that, we kept going up levels. This is going up to level 3, which just as we were doing this, it started to snow. So as you're getting this beautiful like panoramic view, you're also getting pelted with like small pieces of ice with the wind and everything. It was kind of painful, especially because my face was the only thing that was exposed because I was wearing a jacket. But it was still really, really pretty up here. And I liked how all the locks were on here. Like people who've come up here and put their locks there. It was nice. It was also just nice to see the snow on the ground and the whole city again from a different view. And here's my hair and all the wind and everything. And I was trying to hold on to my phone as much as possible. But I was also getting pelted with ice. So it was a good time. I'm going to share an audio clip of how loud it was, so make sure you turn your volume down. And then we had a nice peaceful walk back down the steep hill, back downstairs and everything. And it was snowing a little bit there too, which you can kind of see on my sleeve. But the walk down was actually pretty peaceful, and it was nice to be in the woods and just with everybody. So then we took the metro back, and I wanted to film this part because the escalator going down to the metro was really, really steep, the steepest I've ever seen. And with that, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.